Dollar shame handyman is facing some serious charges tonight. He was out on bond, but the judge says he was a no-show at court.
And it didn't take long to find him, and where they found him might be a little bit troubling. And Rob Wolchek is filling us in on the former fugitive fix-it man.
A leopard doesn't change its spots, and this handyman doesn't appear to have changed his habits. It's the return of the Handyman from hell.
No, I'm done talking.
Are you going to go to trial?
Yeah. I never was not going to.
James Walsh will be going to court. This guy's going to make sure of it.
If they don't go to court, I do what I need to do within the limits of the law to get them back into custody.
James is fresh out after a midnight trip to county jail, courtesy of some fugitive recovery agents. And as soon as he's free again, he gets to talk to his favorite reporter. You're not ripping this lady off like you allegedly did with the other lady. It's like deja vu. She's missing a whole bunch of money, and she thinks you took it.
Okay, well, that's false.
That's false?
Yep, categorically it's false.
Last summer, I introduced you to Mary Lou.
Said that he was my friend.
A lady who hired James Bryan, J.B. Walsh, to be her handyman.
I started noticing I'm bouncing checks, and I'm taking money out of this account to transfer over to that account so it gets paid.
Mary Lou is in her 80s, so her niece Mary decided to help.
When I looked in her Lake Trust checkbook, there was a missing check right in the middle.
And they say there were checks cashed out of order, checks James Walsh endorsed.
A lot of them are to cash, and he forged my signature. I trusted this man.
In all, Mary Lou was missing about $30,000. They took the evidence to the Sylvan Lake Police Department. Corey O'Donohue is the chief.
We found over the last year he'd been stealing a lot of money through her, whether he was, taking checks and writing them out for themselves or just tricking her into giving him money.
The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office agreed, and warrants for James Walsh's arrest were issued. Problem is, the dandy handyman disappeared. For 6 months, Walsh was in the wind. But late last summer, he started posting photos on Facebook. He was at a Tigers game. He was at a scenic bridge in Waterford. I started sleuthing and found this car parked in front of one of the handyman's Facebook friends' house. It looked suspicious. Janky old expired plates, a closed basket in the front seat. My cameraman started watching the SUV, and holy handyman, it's James. The next day, we followed him to a Waterford 7-Eleven. JB, hey, it's Rob Wolchek from Fox 2. I want to talk to you about Mary Lou. You remember her?
I do.
Well, you were her handyman, right?
For a little while, yes.
Her family was looking, and it appears like you may have taken some money from her.
That's false.
That's false?
Yes.
You didn't take any money from her?
I did not.
I hammer the handyman for a while, and he looks like he's on the verge of tears. So you have a warrant for 4 felonies, 3 counts of uttering and publishing, and 1 count of embezzlement out of Sylvan Lake.
Okay, I'll have to get in touch with them then.
You want to go drive over there right now, turn yourself in?
Not at the moment. I need to get going right now. I got some doctor stuff to the kid, so.
What? Okay, so you've been sick?
Yes.
And that's all true?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
And you didn't take her money?
No, I did not.
Where are you staying now?
I stay with a friend, so.
Okay.
I'm done right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'll see you in court.
Okay.
But James didn't turn himself in. Cops had to come and get him. James Walsh spent about a month in the pokey until one of Walsh's friends hired Seamus Gilliland bail bondsman.
I personally put up a guarantee with the court in the amount of $10,000.
So you're kind of responsible for knowing where he's at and what he's up to, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So James Walsh was free, out on bond. All he had to do was show up to his court appointments on time. But guess what? He didn't show. According to a spokesperson with the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office, James Walsh was a no-show at a pretrial a couple of weeks ago. Judge Nancy Grant issued a bench warrant, and the bondsman sent out a fugitive recovery team to find him. And where'd they find him? At the house of another friend. Who is the friend? Another lady in her 80s answered the door. After another $2,500 in bond is ordered, Walsh is released and comes walking down the street to his friend's house. Who are you living with now? Does this lady know what you're doing?
She's a very good friend of mine, so none of your business.
Deja vu? Remember what Mary Lou said about James to me last year.
He was my friend.
Walsh told me he missed the court date because of a clerical error and that he was unjustly incarcerated. Another pretrial has been set for tomorrow. This is the same pretrial the prosecutors say he skipped. His trial was supposed to have started last week, but since the fix-it man was a fugitive, that trial date will have to be rescheduled. Rupa Taran?
Well, yeah, so what happens now? Do they have to start over?
Well, that's the whole thing, is that because the trial was supposed to start, now they've got a re-subpoena. They had to close the courtroom and change everything around, and they got to re-subpoena the detectives that followed the thing, the 82-year-old lady that was an alleged victim of him. It's a big deal that he didn't show up. So
yeah, and they got to make sure he's going to show up again.
Well, those bail guys, they got him. I heard the details of how they got him. It was pretty gnarly.
Well, once you find out what your court date is, you put it right in your little handy-dandy phone, and it pops up as a reminder.
Sure, that matters,
you know what you're going to do tomorrow.
I make it to all the court dates. I don't know why the defendants can't.
Well, Rob, we thank you for the work you do. Thanks for that.
Great
All
job.
right.